I recently saw a Reddit post that asks the question we've all been wondering. Something much bigger than the mystery of where goose fat really comes from, or why do batteries suddenly work when we rub them together? But the real question is, who would win in a fight? The Straw Hat Pirates or Primal Kyogre? In the world of One Piece, until Pluton is unveiled as an island whale that's had more modifications than Blood Moon Ursaluna and Frankie combined. I think the answer is pretty clear: the Straw Hats. A whale that is thwarted by a 10-year-old with half a dozen Pokeballs would be made into sashimi by Zoro alone. But what if we drop the Straw Hats into the world of Pokémon? A world where they, too, could be slapped into submission by a rogue 10-year-old skipping school and mugging pensioners under the guise of gotta catch 'em all. Well, today we're doing exactly that. Defining their type combinations, stats, abilities, and movesets before settling, once and for all, who would truly come out on top. The first thing we need to address is power scaling. To keep things structured, I'll primarily use bounties as a guideline for setting base stat totals. However, since a bounty reflects a pirate's threat to the world government rather than just raw strength, I'll also use levels to balance the Straw Hats at my own discretion. For example, Nico Robin had a bounty of 79 million berries at age 8, purely because of her ability to read poneglyphs. That's higher than Senor Pink's 58 million berries, and let's be real, I know who I'd rather suplex into oblivion. 4.8 billion berries and above. These are the true legends, comparable to the highest-tier Pokémon, including mythicals and top-tier legendaries. This prestigious list features the likes of God D. Roger, Rayleigh Gigas, and Kurem Whitebeard. 3 billion berries and above. This range covers lesser legendaries, pseudo-legendaries, and paradox Pokémon, a step below the absolute strongest, but still monsters in their own right. Here, we have Sandy Shanks, Kaido-O, and Marshadow D. Teach. 2 billion berries and above. Pirates in this category are comparable to fully evolved starter Pokémon. Strong, but not quite in legendary tier. If Professor Oak handed out One Piece starters, they'd be members of the worst generation, including Infernape D. Luffy, Trafalgar D. Embor, and Incineroar Arona Zoro. By now, you get the idea. As we move down the bounty brackets, the comparisons scale accordingly. From Admiral tier threats to the Straw Hat's earliest foes, every pirate finds their place on this list, starting with the first Straw Hat himself. Tony Chopper is the doctor of the Straw Hat Pirates, though he's often mistaken for their pet, an understandable mix-up, given that he's a talking raccoon dog who ate the Hito no Mi devil fruit. Chopper has one of the lowest bounties in One Piece, just 1,000 berries, barely enough to cover a meal at the Ba-Rar TA. According to our bounty-to-base stat scaling system, this places him as an early-game, Route 1 encounter, the kind of Pokémon that sticks around as an HM slave or a disposable switch-in when you need to stall a turn. Fortunately, Generation 3 introduced a Pokémon that fits Chopper like a foxy pirate's mask, Zigzagoon, who has a base stat total of 240. The story of Chopper's life has been a constant struggle to fit in and be normal, and I think normal typing does suit him. It's a shame that Chopper is a raccoon dog and not a deer. As with his doctor credentials, a secondary type of grass does suit him, making him very similar to Deerling. Fairy could also be a fitting typing, given how Pokémon like Audino are linked to healing. However, considering Chopper's background and abilities, I think normal and grass would be the most fitting combination. Chopper is a support-oriented character, so his ability should reflect that. While healer and natural cure would be strong choices, I'm giving him Friend Guard, which reduces damage taken by allies. Within the Straw Hats, Chopper found the family he longed for after being outcast in Drum Kingdom. This ability reflects his commitment to protecting them. I think a moveset of aromatherapy and heal pulse to support allies makes sense. For reasons only Oda knows, this raccoon dog was given horns, so Horn Leech works really well to give Chopper stab and some offensive presence. His final move, Rumble Boost, captures the essence of his transformations. Each use of Rumble Boost enhances a different form. The first, Guard Point, boosts defense and special defense by 1. The second, Arm Point, acts like Swords Dance, increasing attack by 2. The third, Monster Point, boosts all stats by 1, but causes Chopper to faint after 3 turns, mirroring the time limit of his transformation. Nami, the navigator of the Straw Hat Pirates, is often underestimated despite her sharp intellect, which she skillfully uses for manipulation and strategy. With the second lowest bounty among the Straw Hats at 366 million berries, her value to the crew is undeniable. Introduced as a sly, money-obsessed cat burglar, the dark typing suits her perfectly. I think Nami's stats align well with Esper's, a Pokémon known for its balanced stats and strong special attack, reflecting her versatile abilities and strategic prowess. Adding Zeus to her arsenal solidifies electric typing as her secondary, perfectly complementing her weather manipulation abilities. Abilities that suit Nami include Pickpocket, which lets her steal items from opponents, and her deep knowledge of weather systems makes abilities like Forecast, Cloud9, and Drizzle a natural fit. Given her ability to make it rain indoors, I've selected Drizzle as Nami's ability. While Cloud9 might better counter Primal Kyogre, I'd rather avoid any accusations of counter-teaming. Nami has demonstrated her combat prowess through tactical intelligence, often overcoming stronger opponents like Khalifa and Miss Doublefinger. Her willingness to seek help when needed makes Helping Hand a perfect move for her. Her moveset highlights her mastery of weather manipulation, with her Climatact summoning thunderstorms and cyclones. Thunder and Hurricane complement her Drizzle ability perfectly. Weather Ball finishes this moveset, allowing Nami to adapt to different environments and turn the tide of battle in her favor. Soul King Brook, the former captain of the Rumbar Pirates and holder of the Yomi Yomi Nomi Devil Fruit, which allowed him to resurrect after death, now serves as the musician for the Straw Hat Pirates, with a bounty of 383 million berries. His skeletal form makes the ghost typing a natural fit, while his secondary ice typing reflects his ability to freeze opponents with his soul-coated sword. This combination shares strong synergy with Alolan Marowak. While Brook's speed stat of 45 may seem low, it makes sense given his extended stay in the Florian Triangle. Let's call that some creative liberty. An ability based on Brook's love for panties would suit his quirky personality, but since even May isn't squeezing Kyogre into a thong for contest appeal, I've narrowed it down to Cursed Body, Refrigerate, and Tough Claws. I'll go with Tough Claws, as it fits his clinical edge and maximizes his potential as a physical attacker. Brook's moveset will consist of Sing, Shadow Claw, Bone Club, and Frostbite Blade, an Ice-type take on Bitter Blade. Frankie, the shipwright and mechanical powerhouse of the Straw Hat Pirates, is a cyborg with a bounty of 394 million berries. As a cyborg, the steel typing fits him perfectly, representing his enhanced mechanical body. Frankie's abilities would likely include Iron Fist, Battle Armor, and a unique ability called Cola Drive, which has a 30% chance to activate, powering him up, landing a critical hit, and raising his attack by 1 stage. His moveset would feature Bullet Punch and Sucker Punch, reflecting his quick and precise strikes that catch opponents off guard. The inclusion of Iron Head in close combat highlights his brutal, no-holds-barred fighting style, showcasing his power in close-range combat. Usopp, the sniper of the Straw Hat Pirates, boasts an impressive 500 million berry bounty. Though often counted among the crew's cowardly trio, his sharpshooting skills can be devastating when the moment calls for it. His base stats are borrowed from Lampent, which is honestly kind of perfect. 95 special attack makes him deceptively dangerous, while 60 HP, defense, and speed keep him fragile enough to fold under pressure. He's got just enough bulk to survive a hit, and just enough power to make you regret it. His primary typing is Flying, representing his mastery of ranged combat and uncanny ability to strike from afar. Bug is a fitting secondary type. Let's be honest, Oda blessed him with a proboscis for a reason. Usopp's god-tier comparisons are less Arceus and more type null, except with extra chastity belts locking away his latent potential. His 40 base attack feels all the more accurate after his Elbaf Glowdown. For abilities, Sniper is a no-brainer, amplifying critical hits and reinforcing his role as the Straw Hat's long-range specialist. Wimp Out captures his infamous tendency to flee at the first hint of danger. His signature hidden ability, Liar's Luck, gives each of his attacks a 10% chance to deal quadruple damage, while ensuring multi-hit moves always strike the max number of times. His moveset leans into his trickster nature and DIY armory. Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, and Pin Missile make full use of his multi-shot sniping skills, synergizing perfectly with Liar's Luck. Firebird Star, an original 80 base power flying type move with a 30% chance to burn, serves as his fiery finisher. With this setup, Usopp becomes a glass cannon built on deception, precision, and improbable fortune. A special attacker rocking a physical moveset. Nico Robin, the archaeologist of the Straw Hat Pirates, boasts an impressive bounty of 930 million berries. With her vast intellect and the powers of the Hana Hana no Mi, Robin's dark typing is a fitting choice, representing the mysterious and often ominous nature of her abilities. Her base stat total is inspired by Absol, reflecting her well-rounded stats and high attack, which suits her ability to subdue opponents with precision. Robin's infiltrator ability aligns with her history of working with Crocodile and the Revolutionary Army, allowing her to bypass barriers and subvert her enemies' defenses. Flower Veil is a reflection of Robin's Hana Hana no Mi, where she uses her ability to create limbs as naturally as flowers blooming, manipulating her surroundings with ease to both defend and empower herself. I Want to Live boosts her defense and special defense by 1 stage when her HP falls below 50%, mirroring her unwavering resolve to survive and protect those she loves. Her moveset includes Oblivion Wing, a move that reflects Robin's tragic history with O'Hara and her ability to summon her limbs as wings for flight. Double Slap highlights her rapid, precise strikes with her Devil Fruit. Petal Blizzard represents the petal-like particles that blossom when she uses her Hana Hana no Mi powers. Finally, Foul Play showcases her cleverness, allowing her to turn the tables on those who use underhanded tactics. Jinbei, the helmsman of the Straw Hat Pirates, holds a bounty of 1.1 billion berries. Known as the Knight of the Sea, Jinbei's honor, strength, and unwavering resolve are captured perfectly in his water fighting typing. His base stat distribution is modeled after Seismitoad, granting him exceptional bulk, respectable power, and a surprising burst of speed, making him a formidable all-rounder in any matchup. Jinbei's abilities reflect both his nature and his legacy. Water Absorb taps into his mastery of Fishman Karate, letting him heal when struck by water-type moves. Torrent mirrors his ability to push through in dire moments, surging forward when the tide turns against him. His hidden ability, Unaware, is inspired by his fearless confrontation with Big Mom, proof of his ability to remain grounded in the face of overwhelming force. His moveset embodies both his fighting style and the symbolic depth of his journey. Force Palm showcases his disciplined martial arts, capable of disrupting foes with a single precise blow. Water Pledge represents the oath he made to protect and follow Luffy as a member of the Straw Hats. Vacuum Wave is a swift, fluid technique, representing the speed and elegance of Fishman Karate. Finally, his signature move, Vagabond Drill, ignores defensive stat changes and deals double damage on a foe that is switching out in a similar way to Pursuit. Blackleg Sanji is the cook of the Straw Hat Pirates and holds a bounty of 1.03 billion berries. Sanji's typing, fire, flying, captures both the blazing heat of his Diable Jamba and the aerial finesse of his Skywalk, blending his passion and precision into an elegant, explosive fighting style. His stat distribution is modeled after Darmanitan, emphasizing blistering speed and devastating physical attacks. A respectable base 105 HP gives him a touch of resilience, helping to offset otherwise modest defenses. Sanji thrives on offense and agility, overwhelming opponents before they have a chance to strike back. Sanji's abilities are as dynamic as his personality. Blaze ignites his fighting spirit, empowering his fire-type attacks when pushed to the brink. Cute Charmed reflects his infamous weakness for the opposite gender. Sanji becomes infatuated by female opponents, hesitating to strike but never backing down. His hidden ability, Mosshead's Motivation, activates when Zoro is present, boosting Sanji's attack power by 30%. Whether it's rivalry or camaraderie, no one lights a fire under Sanji quite like the swordsman he refuses to call by name. His moveset is centered around kicking techniques with Blaze Kick, Triple Axel, and Stomping Tantrum, giving him power and coverage. His signature move is called Sauteed Revival, which showcases his culinary skills, reviving a fainted ally with renewed strength in a similar way to Revival Blessing. Roronoa Zoro is the unofficial vice-captain of the Straw Hat Pirates and carries a bounty of 1.1 billion berries. A master swordsman, Zoro dreams of surpassing Mihawk to become the world's strongest swordsman. Wait, where is Zoro? You're telling me he got lost again? Alright, let's use the stand-in and hope the viewers don't notice. Zoro's primary typing mirrors the legendary Zacian. If putting a sword in its mouth is good enough to make Zacian a steel type, then it's good enough to make Zoro a steel type. Fighting rounds out his typing, capturing his relentless, no-nonsense battle style and warrior's code. His abilities reflect his code as a swordsman. No guard ensures he always faces his opponent head-on. His second ability, number 7, activates when Sanji is on the field, boosting Zoro's attacks by 30%. His hidden ability, Nothing Happened, allows him to survive with 1 HP once per battle and boosts his attack by 1 stage, a reminder of the time he should have died but didn't. His moveset includes Night Slash and Sacred Sword, reflecting his mastery of swordplay and slashing techniques. Swords Dance serves as a setup move, doubling his attack and fitting his battle-ready persona. His final move, Three Sword Style, is a custom steel-type attack that functions like Triple Axel, delivering multiple hits with increasing power. Luffy, the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, holds a bounty of 3 billion berries following his legendary victory over Kaido, a battle that saw him awaken Gear 5 and pummel the Beast King into a pool of lava. As the current holder of the human fruit model Nika, he has the power to stretch and contort his body like rubber. This makes the introduction of the rubber type a perfect fit, reflecting Luffy's unique abilities. As a rubber type, Luffy is immune to electric type attacks. Additionally, rubber type attacks are super effective against bug, dragon, and dark types. To balance its strengths, rubber is weak to water, poison, and ice, elements that can erode or disrupt elasticity. Complementing this primary typing, Luffy's secondary fighting type enhances his already formidable combat prowess, rounding out his typing perfectly. Luffy's stat distribution is modeled after Infernape, making him a balanced attacker with a focus on speed and physical attack, allowing him to overwhelm opponents with his swift, powerful strikes. His first ability, Gluttony, mirrors his insatiable love for meat. Fur Coat is inspired by Tony Emergency Food Chopper's fate at the end of One Piece. Finally, Luffy's hidden ability, Plot Armor, needs no introduction. This ability grants Luffy a 70% chance to survive any hit that would normally knock him out, leaving him with 1 HP to keep fighting. Additionally, he is immune to all status conditions, except confusion, because nothing can break his spirit or stop him from moving forward towards his dream of becoming Pirate King. Luffy's moveset consists of Shift Gear, which symbolizes his journey to awaken the Nika fruit, enhancing his speed and attack without making him too overpowered. Power Whip takes advantage of his stretchable limbs, delivering devastating blows from a distance. Bounce makes use of his incredible elasticity to leap into the air, striking opponents with tremendous force. Finally, Luffy's signature move, Gum Gum Jet Gatling, is a custom rubber-type technique inspired by Power Whip, where Luffy unleashes a rapid barrage of punches, each faster and stronger than the last, powered by his rubbery body and boundless energy. The Straw Hat Pirates have been scaled with Luffy at level 60, justified by his status as one of the Emperors of the Sea. Members who use Haki range from level 53 to level 56, while Robin, having awakened her Hana no Mi, is at level 48. The remaining crew members are between level 36 and level 45 based on their abilities. Primal Kyogre, as an ancient weapon-level threat, sits at level 75, making sense given its status. The Straw Hats have come a long way, but they're still growing. After Egghead, they've likely collected 6 gym badges, though they're not yet ready for the champion. That said, with their broken abilities and numbers, the Straw Hat Pirates could definitely challenge Primal Kyogre in a single battle format. I conducted 100 simulations using ChatGPT, and as expected, Pluton's offspring won 75% of the time. Luffy and Zoro were crucial to the Straw Hats securing any KOs, as their abilities allowed them to withstand Origin Pulse and chip away at Kyogre. Frankie and Jinbe used priority moves effectively, managing to revenge kill a severely weakened Kyogre on a few occasions. The other members, as anticipated, were largely ineffective, getting outsped and one hit by Origin Pulse. So, there we have it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments who you think would come out on top in a battle like this. If you'd like to see another simulation, feel free to suggest which crew you'd like to see face off against a legendary from the Pokémon world.